slide 48 in our current macro deck, which shows precisely what you just said. 2/5 of American consumer spending are due to the top 20% of the population. Of this, we've talked about the slide before that, which is, or just after that in the slide deck, which shows that 84.5% of assets are held by the 10%. I think we're in the 10%, unfortunately. I mean, that's kind of to your point on your home. How many years have you lived in your home? I mean, you put a significant amount of your excess post-tax cash flow into that home.
Sure, but and we talk about this all the time. Healthcare, education. The basket of liabilities that most of my peer group are still working their way through. As I said to Dan Holland, it's like a boa constrictor on the neck of most of these families.
Right.
When you're paying $50,000 to $70,000 a year for private college, when you're paying $40,000 a year for healthcare that provides less and less over time, I think it's really starting to weigh on people. You can't keep inflating the liability, creating this fiscal drag on families, and expect. The offset is high-end consumption in a lot of ways is one of the first things to go, because it's not as easy to spend in the way that people do. When
you have to change your behavior.
Right.
That's what you.
Right.
I mean, the shock shouldn't be shocking. That's why I say it's a slow-moving train wreck.
Right.
It shouldn't shock anyone that people in our business, we're kind of the microcosm of the top 10%.
Right.
Most people that live between where we're having this discussion and New York City, fully loaded between here and Greenwich, is under some significant behavioral change, I think, in terms of what they think they're going to be compensated. Yeah. Have you seen anything like this before?
No. I think this is. I wasn't. I was around, but not particularly sentient when you had in 1961 the highest multiple growth sector in the S&P was the electric utilities.
Really?
Yeah.
We're back.
And you went through then a period of 19 years, which every year the relative multiple of the electric utilities went down, and the business models went from growthy and rewarding to utilities, basically.